we've been to the quilt store. We spent sometimes hours picking just the perfect fabric for our project. We've got it home, and now what are we going to do with it? Couple rules of thumb. Some people insist on washing. Me, not so much. If it is a very dark color, maybe a batik red or dark blue or something, maybe you're going to want to wash it. If you've purchased fabric, I was told at big box stores, warehouse stores, sometimes they're treated with bug repellents and stuff. You definitely want to wash those. And then, you know, if that's just what you feel comfortable with, go ahead and do it. Me, I treat it a little bit differently. You will be doing this step though if you wash it, because when you wash it, you lose all that nice crispness that we have. And by doing it with this method, you will bring some of that back. So here we go. So what I like to do with my fabric is I treat it with best press. So you can see I have a lavender one, I have a unscented one, depending on your scents. And I use this as my treatment for my fabric. It's going to add a little bit of crispness. It's going to add a little bit of stiffness. It's not going to stretch as much. Points are going to go together better. Anything that we have on a bias won't stretch as much. It makes our job so much happier and easier to do. I like to put my best press in my mister, and then I don't get big balls of starch. So this is what I do. So I take my fabric, and they're folded up on the bolt, and not necessarily are they folded straight. So this fold that goes down the center, we want to get rid of it, and we want to get rid of any creases and stuff that are in there. So what I do with my fabric is I will take and give it a spritz. It doesn't take a lot. I know if I'm doing a bias project, curves or something, I might spray it a little bit more. So I give it a nice misting all the way over. You can see those, it's nice. You just pump it a few and it just keeps going. Nice mist, everything's nice and coated. I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to spray my whole pile of fabric. Then I'm going to go back, and that helps get the starch soaked into our fabric. Then I'm going to go to my iron and put on steam. And I'm going to give it a really nice pressing. Nice and slow. And we're going to get all those creases out of there. So we're going to steam this nice and slowly. And I like to use as much steam and heat as I can. So a nice hot iron. If you can also turn the steam off at this point and press it until it feels dry. And I'm going to do my whole piece of fabric. Nice and slowly, making sure that I get that center crease out. That starch helps relax the fabric, so it will get part of the wrinkles out a little bit easier. I'm just going to speed this process up a little bit, but I would take a little bit more time. I wouldn't use my cordless iron either because it gets cool faster. I have another iron that gives lots of steam. That's the one that I usually like for this step. So this piece of fabric, I don't know what it is, about 1.5 meters. It would probably take me twice this long to press it. I kind of like this stage too because I get to play with my new fabric and you get to see all the different patterns and everything else like that. So I kind of like it. Don't rush it. So now we want to fold it in half so we are ready for cutting. The only thing that I know that is straight on my fabric right now is my salvage. You can see the edge, which has been cut by a human, isn't necessarily straight because of the way they're folded on the bolts. So I am going to ignore that at this time. You can see if I align this edge and try to fold it, I've got all those wrinkles on the bottom that it's never going to hang straight. If I tried to cut this at this time, we would end up cutting in boomerangs. You wouldn't get nice straight strips. So I am going to align up my selvages in between my fingers, and I am going to shift my fabric either right or left until it hangs nice and perfectly straight. I can let that in hang over my table. I can also scratch it a little bit with my fingernails to make sure that everything is lined up. And now you can see it's all nice and flat, no wrinkles. We're going to be able to cut nice straight strips. The piece is too big to work with like this, so let's just give it a fold. I'm just going to use my ruler. And we're going to fold this. We can even fold it in half if we want to put it in our bin, if we're just preparing all our fabric right now. But you can see, now I can go to my cutting table. I can unroll it, make sure it's straight, and start cutting my strips. Next, we're going to start block 1.